It's dessert week and I'm making you old-fashioned swirl lollipops, sugar cookie style. I have a recipe for you that's Philadelphia cream cheese infused. It's simple and it's delicious and the cute factor is very high. So let's make this happen. In an upright mixer, I'm taking softened butter, 1 3/4 cup of softened butter. 3 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, we're going to soften that. I've got 1 egg. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Slowly enough that it will be nice and fluffy. Now for the dry ingredients. 1 cup, actually 2 3/4 cup of flour. Remember when you had to sift everything? This sifter's been in the family for as long as I haven't been around. But honestly, I don't have any problem with this recipe not sifting. It's that user-friendly. So 2 3/4 cup of flour, teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to incorporate that. And let's slowly add this to our butter and sugar mixture. This makes a really nice soft dough. Okay, that is it. Beautiful dough. So in two separate containers, I'm going to just divide it in half. Taking food coloring with a toothpick, and I'm going to take, you have to really know your food coloring. I don't double dip with my food coloring. Let's see how that looks. The tinting is completed. I have green and I have hot pink. Any pinker, and it might have been red and it might have been candy cane season, but we're making the old-fashioned pinwheel lollipops. So I've divided each half of the dough into 16 balls, and it was as easy as this. Just dividing, dividing, and dividing, and then dividing one more time, and then rolling it into little balls. So each of the colors, I have 16 pieces rolled into a ball. I have my silk pat on my cookie sheet, but I've put a piece of wax paper on top. So we will take one of the balls, and I'm just going to roll it out into a narrow rope. All right, about 5 inches long. When I've got each one of these rolled out, I'm going to put it in the freezer for 20 minutes, and then at that point, we'll make our old-fashioned swirl lollipops. All right. So this is how they look after they've been rolled out. I'm going to put them in the freezer for 20 minutes, set the oven at 350, and clean up. After 20 minutes, they're nice and firm, easy to work with. Now come a little bit closer so I can show you how we roll these into lollipops.
Because these ropes aren't perfect, there's going to be a thicker side and a narrow side. So we're going to match up the narrow side to the thicker side. And what you do is you start from the narrow side and just curl and roll it like a snail and create this pinwheel effect like the old-fashioned lollipop. And if it breaks, you just kind of fit it in and then pat it down and then finish off the end. And if there's any break, you just softly massage it back into place. So I'm just going to dust them with sugar before I put them in the oven for 8 minutes or until they're lightly brown. And that's how they look after 8 minutes. We're going to put them on our cooling rack. And while they're still warm, I'm going to insert the pointy end of a bamboo skewer into making my lollipop. There we have it, Philadelphia cream cheese infused sugar cookies, my version of a old-fashioned lollipop. They're tasty, they're visual, they'd be great as a favor. Put a nice decorative plastic bag over it and ribbon tie it at the bottom. Great gift for schools. As a career gal, my cooking has been for a party of two and then quickly ramps up to a crowd when I'm entertaining. What I might lack in technique and ease and grace in the kitchen, I've had to make up with my creativity and at the end of the day that it tasted good. So using quality products like the Philadelphia cream cheese helps me tremendously. Thank you, Kraft Foods, for that. Paul, I want to thank you for being such a gracious hostess. You are so loved. Kraft Foods, Philadelphia cream cheese, keep up the great work. Well, this has been an incredible platform for us to play on. Thank you so much.